Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Cimnanya, and thank you all so much for all the love and support. Hope you all are doing great. So I see a lot of people, especially black content creators, coming out to speak on the coming election and the things that has been going on and the Project 2025 that has been out and how the Heritage Foundation actually said that it's going to be a very tough one because if you do not agree with what they say, that it's going to really be tough, right? And when they say it's going to be tough, they do not, it's not in a lighter way. I mean, like it's really serious. And like I said before, I really do not speak personally when it comes to politics or trying to say, oh, I'm going to support this person or the other person. But whoever you all choose that you are going to support and make it known to me, I absolutely will speak about it here. Why? Because I am of the interest of Black community as a whole. Anything that will benefit you all is all I am so much concerned about, right? So Black people already are coming out, speaking up on the next coming election and how, like one person, when you go to one person's campaign, you see Confederate flag and the other person no Confederate flag, and they are already coming out because most of the people coming out are coming out because they have children and they feel like democracy needs to be saved because if they miss it now, it might not go well, right? And they are calling every one of you to come out, do what you can to save democracy, support them if you can, and that because most of their contents are being suppressed. You know what? Stay glued. Let's get into it.
This video is for educational purposes only. Anytime that I talk about systemic racism within our criminal justice system, you can bet your bottom dollar that somebody from the Republican Party, a conservative, is going to bring up the 94 crime bill and Joe Biden. So let's talk about it. First and foremost, I will never minimize or diminish the fact that there has been legislation passed by both parties that have disproportionately impacted people of color, particularly the Black and brown communities. Secondly, to understand the 94 crime bill, you have to understand the political climate at the time. In the 80s and 90s, it was damn near impossible for any Democrat to get elected unless they campaigned on tough on crime rhetoric. In fact, when we talk about the 94 crime bill, I would challenge you to name one Republican who voted no on that bill. Not only did that bill have bipartisan support, but it also had the support of Black leaders and the Black caucus. Next, anytime we talk about the 94 crime bill, how come we conveniently pass up Richard Nixon and Ronald Reagan's war on drugs? Did we somehow forget this war on drugs which imprisoned millions of Black Americans? How come conservatives always conveniently forget the Anti-Drug Abuse Act of 1986, which was a law that was pertaining to the war on drugs passed by the U.S. Congress and signed into law by U.S. President Ronald Reagan? So not only did this law give harsher sentences for crack cocaine rather than powder cocaine, which disproportionately impacted the Black and brown community, but it also changed the system of federal supervised release from a rehabilitative system into a punitive system. Ronald Reagan, the Republican hero, is the reason why our criminal justice system went from a rehabilitative system to a punitive system. He is the reason why our jails and prisons have become the new mental health asylums in this country. And how could we possibly forget that recorded conversation between Richard Nixon and Ronald Reagan? Did it slip our mind that the day after the United Nations voted to recognize the People's Republic of China, that the then California governor, Ronald Reagan, gave a call to his buddy, President Richard Nixon, at the White House and vented his frustration at the delegates who had sided against the United States of America? Yes, Ronald Reagan said, and I quote, "Last night I tell you to watch that thing on television as I did." Nixon then interjected by saying, "Yeah." Reagan continued by saying, "To see those monkeys from those African countries, damn them. They're still uncomfortable wearing shoes," end quote. And of course, what did Nixon do? Did he correct him? No, he only went on to laugh. So when you lecture me about Joe Biden's crime bill, or when you tell me that Joe Biden said, "You ain't black if you don't vote for me," do I need to remind you about the history of the Republican Party? Do I need to remind you that Trump was once sued because he would not rent apartments to Black people for nothing other than their skin being black? Do I need to remind you that he pulled out a full-page ad calling for the death penalty of the Central Park Five? And hell, just last week, Trump said that immigrants are coming to this nation to steal black jobs. Imagine that. The play in the playbook is to have black and brown people fighting over the crumbs of rich, elite white men. Now, Joe Biden certainly isn't without flaw, but at least he has manned up and accepted accountability for his actions and the things that he's done wrong. Because we all know that there will never be a day where Trump said, you know what, I messed up, I got it wrong, I'm sorry, please forgive me. And P.S., before you bring up Democrats and the Klan, please be reminded that you can find the Confederate flag at any of your local Donald Trump rallies. Please tag me the next time you see one at a Democrat convention.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Mr. Straight Facts. I realized something today that I've known, but I never really came to a firm decision on what I was going to do about it. I've been rearranging a lot of things in my life. I see our country and everything our forefathers fought for coming to an end. That's because I know history and I can see it coming. Many of you may not pay attention to history, nor do you pay attention to the old phrase, if you don't know your history, you're doomed to repeat it. MAGA, the alt-right, white nationalists, they want the old days back. When women couldn't vote, their men could marry 12 and 13-year-olds, start having a crap ton of babies, forcing people to be enslaved. They want those times back. Those were good old days to them. And they've organized forces. There are literally millions of them putting money into the coffers of these organizations to have conferences and meetings to write Project 2025. It takes money and organization for that to happen. And we need to have a force that's fighting against that, a force that's organizing to fix that. We can't just rely only on a vote. We have to get organized. These content creators out here busting their asses, sending you guys information, need to be supported. The ones that are telling you facts, and those are the ones that are telling you, go check them. Don't just trust me, check them. And when you check them and you find out that they are factual human beings, you need to start donating to get them out there. You need to start sharing it to get it out there. These racists, these organizations that are out here spreading these lies about any and everybody are organized. When they get a message, they share it with their people immediately. They put money behind it immediately. These people throw up donations all the time. Fight for this and fight for that. Donate, donate, donate. And these idiots reach into their pocket and donate not $10, $1,000, $5,000, $10,000. They get so funded that the leaders of these organizations are rich beyond their wildest dreams. Their businesses, which is nothing but just propaganda speak, are worth well over $300 million. How are they getting that money? Everyday people sending in 100, 500, 5,000. How are we getting our message across? On TikTok, waiting for an algorithm to not shadow ban us, and hopefully you guys see it enough. And when you do, how many of you are actually sending that to other people? How many of you are actually letting other people know that it's happening so that it can grow, that others can start to be in the know instead of in the dark? Because the ones spreading the darkness, they spreading that shit like wildfire. We're waiting on our politicians, our pundits on CNN and Fox and all that shit, and they think we a fucking joke. So much they out there talking about people learning all this stuff on TikTok and should be learning it from who? You, media, the propagandists, the people who sit out here and tell you, what if, but don't show you receipts? It's all alarming. What if Joe Biden does this? Are there any facts that he would ever do anything like that? No. So why are you propagandizing? Why are you sitting there saying it could possibly be? Because you're fear mongering. That's when they send dollars in, when they're afraid. And they got millions of people afraid, and they're sending in money and money and money, and they're getting powerful. And why? Because we aren't paying the fuck attention. So I made my decision. I'm doing this full time. There's no time to waste. I'd rather live off of ramen noodles and fight like hell than to eat steak every night. So you're about to see me do this every day, put out content to fight against the evil and the lies that spread like wildfire. Now, what I'm going to need you to do, not just me, anybody that you see speaking truth, and what I mean by that, actual fucking facts, not people's feelings. When you see them speaking the truth, meaning listen to what they got to say, go check it for yourself. Wow, that's the truth. I didn't know that. Do that 10 times with each content creator that you start to see tell the truth. After that 10th time, start donating. That message needs to be put out. If you can't donate, start sharing. Not only on this app, telling your friends, families, everybody, pastors, anybody who would listen. They are doing this, have been doing this. We're literally years behind them. I'm not just talking about me. All of those speaking truth to power need to be funded, because if they're not, they're nowhere near these organizations that are getting $300 million a year. Did you know that Alex Jones was making well over $100 million a year with his business of spreading propaganda and crazy crap? Well funded to put out there these space laser bullshit things. Ben Shapiro out here spreading all this craziness, and he has the audacity to call this show Facts Over Feelings, when it ain't nothing but feelings over facts. They literally lie to you in the name of their brand. They're making millions of dollars to move that narrative. And we're sitting here, not only me, but other truth tellers, fact lovers, are out here struggling to get these messages out because an algorithm doesn't push it. Out here trying to go viral so that the message will get out and have you fact check us so that you understand that we're not lying to you. We're telling you the truth. We want you to fight this fascist bullshit. You sitting around thinking that our message can get out there just like them, but they got millions of dollars from everyday people being able to spread this message of bullshit and hate and lies. And we're out here making pennies trying to spread the actual facts. The reality is this: you get what you pay for. Again, I'm not saying that you like me or like what I'm doing. There are many people out there who don't curse. There are many people out there who are spreading the word. Coach D is one. He doesn't curse that much at all. He's telling the facts. I've researched him. Factual. Support him in this process. The people who are leading the fight, you need to be behind. Not just the politicians, but the regular citizens who are on a mission to inform the world of facts so that we don't fall into pitfalls of hell, dishonesty, dictatorship. If we're not funded, we're fucked. So go to the Coach D's. Go to me if you like me. Go to our sister Tabitha. Go to our sister Political Sis. When you find someone factual, back them up so they can get this information out here. It costs money to promote it. We can't just rely on just viral shit that you guys are going to pass it along, hopefully. No, we need to fund it. I don't know if any of those people have funding, or even if they want it. There may be somebody else that you know. But the reality is, if we don't fight, we're going to lose. I'm going in 100%. Why? Because I can't afford not to. I got 2 kids that are grown in their 20s trying to navigate this world that's going backwards. If I'm not going to stand up for them, who the fuck else am I going to stand up for? Their future is in our hands. Your kids' futures are in your hands. You know what's the right thing to do. So fund those who are fighting for what you believe in so that you can get the word out. Give speeches in your communities. I'm willing to work with any of the people I just mentioned to go from city to city, spreading facts to our people. And I mean by black people being black, and I also mean by American people who love facts. They need to know the truth. So I'm going to start recording every day when I get up. From when I get coffee, you're going to be with me for a minute, to when I come over to this area and work in my little man-made studio that I created, to me watching news and other things, doing my damnedest to put it all together, to me sitting in this chair with the lights out, frustrated, not knowing what the fuck to do. It's funny. I gotta make fun of it because a lot of it is fucking painful. Sitting here feeling like I can't do shit. I'm trying and the message is not getting out. I get 200 people knowing it one day. I get 40,000 the next day. These people who are getting funded are consistent. Every day, millions of people are seeing their shit. We can't fight that with just a video here and there going off. We got to fight it by being funded. I'm going to put my Cash App up here. I'm going to put my Patreon that I'm starting tomorrow. This is 7/2/24 at 9:50 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That stuff will be up tomorrow. If you want to fight to keep this a democracy, hit the Cash App up. Become a patron on Patreon. Subscribe and become a member of my YouTube. Check me out on TikTok. And let's fight like fucking hell. And all the other people who are content creators that you trust, send them my way. We must unite. America will stay a democracy. Fuck dictatorship.
This is all I got from this video. You all can see what it's going on, like, man, it's in kind of a, this is July, right? August, September, October, November. We have like 4 months, and it's really not, it does not look easy, I see a lot of things going on. Everybody out there looking for a way to push their candidate and the rest of it. I see a lot of Black content creators. These are most of the people I get my videos from also. And I was like, I definitely will bring this here so you all can, I am not going to tell anybody what to do, but if you all feel like you want to support their cause or what they do, because it looks like it's a fight for democracy, and I don't know. I really don't know, but hopefully, I mean, things will fall in place, and it's more like a fight for a lifetime, And a lot of people are saying, let's send somebody packing, They are trying all they can to make sure that democracy is what is standing, but I have a lot of things to actually say because I know but 2 people in this race. Both of them are absolutely not like, but I think one person is way better than the other. And everybody is trying as much as they can to push the person that they think is lesser evil and all that. It's really exhausting trying to spread the word, especially when contents are being suppressed and, especially for people that look like me, most of their content, it's being suppressed. They are not getting the view. They are not being out there. And I hope that I just hope that things do not escalate, right? And at the same time, I hope you all look at the project, because if you think the other one is more this thing, I hope you have seen Project 2025. And the head of the Heritage Foundation already said it that it's going to be bloody, It's more like Second World, So I am rooting for you all, like, whoever you all say this is the candidate we want to work with. I absolutely will root for you people, because I cannot come and input something, maybe my own thought on you people, or say this is the person. No, I didn't do that. If you all say this is the person you want to vote, absolutely, and make it open, I absolutely will support that as long as it's coming from my own people. But I cannot say anything, but I am also trying to let you all know what most of our brothers, my big brothers and big sisters are saying and all that. I see you all in my next video. Bye for now.